Here.
Now you can keep an eye on it. Okay, say goodbye. Quick. Hi, this is Alyssa.
I'm Julie.
That's Addy.
Taco's
I
downstairs.
was like, you don't have taco,
Nah,
huh?
he's eating. This is Stitching at the Cabin.
Hi.
Short version. You'll get the longer version later.
In like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I got no makeup on. I look homeless. It's fine.
We're wearing PJs.
Yes.
It's because I haven't been really around and I felt bad. So I wanted to stop in real quick and say, hi. Sorry I haven't been here. There are reasons.
Can you say hi?
She's one of those reasons.
Hi.
Say hi to the camera. Say hi. Hi, mirror baby. Hi. Give waves. Hi.
I promise she waves.
There's
There's
a
hi.
wave. Yay.
She's better, I think, with bye than hi.
Yeah. Say goodbye.
Bye. She's like, you're not leaving. We're not leaving. No one's leaving. You can't
She's
fool
like, I'm
me.
very suspicious of this situation.
So, actual FlossTube is going to come after this. I don't have anything here I'll need to show you. You see, no keto, nothing. Hi.
It's weird.
But
But since I haven't been around, and I won't be here for the film she films tomorrow or whenever
We'll
that
see.
ends up being, for reasons, I figured I'd show you what I'm working on. So this I'm working on. She's always a work in progress.
is she going to show us what you're working on?
But then I'm also working on this. I'm also working on this. And unlike when I was originally OG, okay, you cuddle with Nana, working on her, I have felt very not cool working on this. I'll let you see better. Let me cover my important information here. Like location, important names. There's a little baby. There's a head and a body. That was my first ultrasound. Yeah, I just don't feel good all day, every day, pretty much. And sitting here and filming is really hard. I can't even sit and like watch TV comfortably. And I've been going to bed at like 7. Literally. I go to bed right after she goes to bed. So for the next few floss tubes, hopefully not too many more, because it seems to be getting better. I knock on wood and cross my fingers. Hopefully it's getting better and I will be back next floss tube, maybe the one after that. But until then, she's going to be filming them by herself, because sitting here and doing that is not fun. And I am not working on anything stitching related whatsoever.
I am.
And she hasn't been able to show it to you because I wouldn't tell you what I was working on. So now she's going to show you, I assume.
Well, yeah, not right this minute.
Oh,
but
you're not going to do it right this minute? You may as well. I kind of assumed that was in that bag.
No, that's a gnome stocking. I can show it because you're here, but
I just think it works with the theme.
I'll be less crazy in a few minutes when you see me again.
So, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm pretty convinced it's a boy.
I'm not.
Despite the worst morning sickness. I'm pretty sure it's a boy.
It could be, but I'm not sure.
She has a few baby projects that she could have chosen from, and she kind of gave us like 3 options, and I said there's 2 I liked, and she went with her gut on which one would fit best with this baby, which I support, and that's this one. You're very cute.
I'm telling you, I tried really hard to do that ABC construction one, but
didn't
this
feel right
baby
to her.
did not want that one.
Nope.
I
believe in
kitted
guts.
it up and everything, and I just couldn't start it, and that's when I sent her the options.
I believe in your gut feelings, so I'm okay with that. Hey! Oh, goodness gracious. You monster crazy lady.
She's picking on me.
No, not, well,
Did
I was
you
talking
know
about
me?
Addy, but
Oh.
yeah, you too.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy's right.
Oh boy. Oh,
She's been working on this
boy.
multiple times. I think this is up, but it could be.
Yeah, that's up.
Yeah.
You did good.
Thanks.
That's up.
I tried. So she's been working on this the last few floss tubes and hasn't told you.
Yeah, so when it looked like I wasn't working on anything,
It never looks like that.
okay, when it looked like I was working on less than usual, I wasn't. Well, maybe a little bit, but
You
that
know,
wasn't
life
intentional.
gets in the way. So that's my little interception here. I'll be back in a few weeks, hopefully. Here, you can have that back. Which means she'll be back in a few weeks. Maybe. Yeah. It's gonna be hopefully. Things go well. Alright, that's it. We'll say bye now. Bye! Wave! Say bye! Bye-bye!
Hi. So, Alyssa's not here now. It's just me. I am trying to be on the floor. I'm also trying to look over there, but I keep looking at me. So, this is going to be a mess. I tried to move the camera closer so that you would be able to see stuff better, but this is an awkward angle. I got the dog on the floor. I got stuff everywhere. We're going to try this. I did not spin the WIP share. Ugh, okay. Once again, we're going to skip WIP share. I wrote it down on my thing, and then I completely forgot to, you know, yeah, I didn't spin the wheel for the WIP share. So, next time for sure. But if you have a WIP you want to share, you want everybody to see it, send it to StitchingAtTheCabin@gmail.com, and I will put it on the wheel and hopefully spin the wheel. Hopefully. This is really awkward. You guys, I'm going to keep looking the wrong way, and I'm super sorry. When you see me looking off to the side, it's because I can see me and the movement. I look at it instead of over there, and I'm sorry. This is like FlossTube #1 all over again. So, exciting news about Alyssa, right? She's pregnant. New baby coming. Yay! She did go home early today. She wasn't feeling well. I'm really looking forward to the part when she's not sick all the time, because it's hard as a mom to watch her struggle, and I want to take that nausea from her, and I can't, and I just want it to be over with. I mean, not the pregnancy, but the nausea part. So a few more weeks and she should be okay. So just deal with me a little longer, and then she'll come back, I hope. We have a lot to talk about because I went to Stitch West and I got my Mirabilia back from Rensel Studios. I have stuff everywhere that I've worked on, and let's get to it. There is one finish that actually came in today, so thank you, Cassandra. That was excellent timing. It is All Hallows Eve from Glendon Place. So, Karla being crafty, you need to finish hers because Cassandra finished hers. This thing is awesome. I love everything about it. I told Cassandra today, this makes me want to stitch it. I don't need any more projects, but man, I really like it. If this ever showed up on the freebie table, it would be mine. I mean, I would also pay for it, but you know, I'm trying not to buy things. So, congratulations on that finish. I'm sure you told me before the fabric and all that. I did not write it down, so I don't know. But if anybody wants to know, just ask and I will look it up. I don't know what's going on with the dog. He's just not laying down properly. He's not, well, he's sick. I mean, I've told you he's not doing well, but he has a bladder infection again. I'm hoping to get him into the doctor next week. I'm going to call the vet tomorrow. I was hoping he was doing better, but he's not. So, I mean, the medicine I'm giving him is helping, but it's not fixing it. So we got to get him to the vet where they can give him some real strong stuff and get this knocked out. Poor puppy. All right. You know what? Maybe he's thirsty. Let's see. Let's see if that's the problem, because he did just eat. All right, so I have whips. I have 1, 2. Well, you already saw Little Pond. That's the one for new baby. So I won't show you that one again. But then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9. And one of them is a new start from the retreat. I do have some haul. I think only one thing I'm like, well, it's a couple things I bought, but mostly it's stuff from the retreat. I'm not going to go through all the goodies people give you because that's just too much, but there's a few key things you need to see. I will spin. I'm not going to do the splotch. I still have the guest splotch from Sheila. I'm still aware of it, still flagged in my email, but we're not going to do that without Alyssa. So I need Alyssa to come back, so it might be a couple weeks, still a month. We'll see before we get that situated. Okay, Taco has had his water. we can now move on with life. So I'll tell you about the retreat and then tiny bit of other, just an update on my mom. I think everything else you probably already know. I was in the middle looking at my pictures and I got interrupted with work, so I have no idea if there's other, but let's start with keto. Let's keep the tradition alive. Here is keto. Ooh, I can't see at all. Oh well, I'm gonna look through it. This is keto, Heaven and Earth Designs. It's by Annie Stagg, 25 count, 2/1 full class. The end of the page is here, so I got a long way to go. I've got all that left to do. And part of that, I'm hoping, is going to be her sleeve of the dress. I'm excited about that. But yeah, I guess I'll take pictures after, because trying to do it now always makes it difficult. But then it also makes it really odd for editing. Really odd for editing. Because usually, I learned this trick from Melissa. Usually, I wait until we spin it to take the picture, and that's when I stick in the before and after. If I'm not spinning it to take a picture, there's no before and after, and I have to remember to pause. Pause! Here is my Chatelaine. Yes, I know there's a couple of mistakes. No, I can't fix them, so there's going to be fudging involved, and I'm no longer going to point out my mistakes because it just keeps happening, and this corner is going to be all wonky, and we're just going to live with it. But I did more boxes, and that blue line, and these thingies, and a little bit down here and there, and all over the place. Not as much as I would have liked to have gotten done, but also, you know, better than nothing, especially since I was gone for a while. So it was kind of fun to fill all that in, you know, get some progress. It's just this quarter and we're done. Just this quarter, completely done. I need to do that. I'm going to put it over here, I think. Okay. Those are the big spooky things that try to fall on me. I do have a shirt here to show you, although it's super wrinkly. I needed to iron it and I didn't, so I'm sorry. I'll just show that to you now. It's part of the retreat thing, but since it's sitting here. Jen, what do you do in studio? She is awesome. She's gone to, I think, every retreat I've been to, and she sells shirts and patterns and fobs and all sorts of goodness. She sits at our table. She gave us all shirts to wear, and we wore them. We did good. I love it. I love the color. I love everything about it. I washed it because I wore it, and that's why it's wrinkly. I haven't ironed it. I will iron it. I have not. But thank you, Jen. They are totally awesome. I also bought the same one in black with a V-neck and a black sweatshirt. I don't have either one up here. Those I didn't have to wash and iron, so those are put away in the bedroom. In the closet. Okay. What have we got? The other night, I worked on this Twisted Band sampler. These... My warning as always, these are my color choices. I don't recommend them, but I want it to look more like a rainbow and less autumnal, so I picked colors, and Pattern Keeper says, sure, these colors are fine, but, you know, in real life, maybe not so much. I just don't want you to look at it and scream and go, oh my gosh, you should do it, but, you know, use the called for colors or pick your own differently. I still love it, but I understand why some people may not. I have been working... I have a dog. Why does this look... Oh, that looks right. Okay. I was like, why does this look weird? I've been doing yellow. Now, this is two different color yellows. It's harder to tell that this yellow is darker than this yellow, which is the same. That yellow is the same as these yellows. So, it's a bunch of specialty stitches all the way in this band, and then this is just craft stitch. So I'm making progress. This was just one night. I'm not sure how much progress that is because I haven't seen the before and after, but it's a lot of fun. It's just not something that you want to work on, you know, monogamously, because these bands are super long, and so it gets kind of old doing the same stitch in the same color over and over and over again. But I'd like to kind of change between cross stitch and specialty stitch and which specialty stitches to, that was a mouthful, to try to vary it a little bit. And I saw someone today, I can't remember who, I was watching FlossTube. Whose FlossTube was it? They were doing, I think it's not the twisted band, but the rainbow band sampler. And, but not on black fabric, which is the first time I've seen it not on black. And she was doing like all the colors across, like bits of all of the colors so that she could pick which row, which stitch, which colors she wanted to do. And I thought that was pretty smart. That was a good idea. Whoever you were, that was smart. I wish I could remember, because I would direct people to your FlossTube, but I don't know who it was. I'm not going to show you that yet, because that's the new start. Oh, this I've been working on after work. Here's the thing. I went to Stitch West. Big shock, you didn't know that, right? And I came home with COVID. But I don't think I got it from Stitch West. I don't know if it was the plane ride or my uncle had warned me that he had been exposed, but it had been like 5 days and he hadn't gotten sick. I don't know where it came from. And as far as I know, I am the only person that got sick. I did not get any of my family sick. You know, my husband flew out to Utah as well. He didn't get sick. He was stuck in a car with me for days. He didn't get sick. I don't know where it came from. And I think that it probably got me because I've been so run down lately. And I feel fine. I feel fine. I was super sick one day and I didn't work, but every other day I worked. But the problem was, and the reason I'm telling you this, is that I missed my mom's chemo because I couldn't take her to chemo while I had COVID. So fortunately she was able to, she had to go alone, but somebody drove her and picked her up. And I felt terrible she was alone. And we did text and stuff. We talked while she was at chemo, but I felt terrible about that. And at least now I've had COVID. I'm well enough. I'm not contagious. I can go anywhere, do anything. And now I'm hoping I have at least 6 months immunity so that I can be there for all of her chemos. But this is a project I work on when she has chemo. And I'm working on this side over here. So I thought, well, since I didn't go and didn't do it, it's okay if I work on it for a little bit. But then I got addicted to it. I worked on it the last 3 nights and I am obsessed. I love this so much, so much. I had no idea I was going to completely fall in love with this project. But here I am. Here we are. I can't really see. I have to look through it. That's the problem with showing you up close like this. So I did, these are called roses. The instructions have all different flower names, and I was like, how am I supposed to figure out which is which? And then I figured out how to figure out which is which. So these are roses with these specialty stitches. Those are Leviathan stitches, and then there's flowers, and then I get the little birdies, and the bees. Were the bees? The bees are so cute. The bees are so stinking cute. I did those last night. So now I'm just finishing up these little yellow, I forget what flower they call it, but I'm finishing up those little yellow things. And then I think this side's done. Oh, I have to do the dragonfly still. Yeah, dragonfly. And then this whole side should be done. And then we'll move on to that side. But I have to stop. Well, I'm not going to have anything to work on when she's having chemo. She's still got 12 weeks of chemo. So I can't just do it all, you know, today and be like, done stamp. She needs me to do something while I'm with her. Gotta entertain her somehow. So I'm probably not going to get to that tonight because I'm filming instead of, this is my stitching time. And I don't have stitching time, so. Yeah, no. What is in here? This was what got called, this is what I spun the last time we filmed. Remember, and I said, why did I spin? I'm going to Stitch West. I don't need to spin. And then I said, well, I'll do what I did when I get back. So that's what I did. I kept my promise. I showed you guys what I spun, and I spun it, and I worked on it. This is Ugly Bird's Story Keep, Steel Mochetti, Heaven and Earth Designs. 25 count, 2/1. But this is that, before I show you, this is the one that has that problem with the 09. Do you remember when Heaven and Earth accidentally charted stuff with 09 and it shouldn't have been 09, but I'd already stitched a ton of 09. So it looks like a negative, and I am having to go over it with one strand of black, and it still looks kind of funny, and I haven't finished doing that. That's this project. So just just so you know when I hold it up. See, this is the part I've fixed. This is the part I have not fixed. This is what I was working on down here. Some up there, a little bit over here, and this. You should be able to see a difference. Yeah, it's super thick, like a tapestry. See how thick the back is. Oh yeah, and I worked in here some too. Basically, it was. I think it was almost 1,000 stitches of just. I think it was 800 and something stitches of just random goodness. My goal was I was gonna work on him, but then I got distracted and yeah. I've decided when I pull this out again, I'm gonna typewriter myself starting at the top. Because I sort of lost focus with what I was supposed to be doing. Because my WIP goal was like 1,000 stitches, 2,000 stitches, whatever it was. It was a number of stitches, which I did successfully. But that doesn't really help with guidance, like what am I working on? So I'm going to go back to Stitchin' Mommy's typewriter method and get that situated. I'm trying to reach, this one's a new start, so I'm trying to reach the ones that are new starts. You like my sound effects? Okay, I worked on this. My plan was to work on this on the plane. That didn't happen. I didn't work on the airport either. And I am now grumpy because it turns out that I had access to a lounge I did not know I had access to. So I was sitting on the floor in the airport when I could have been in a lounge stitching. Next time. Now I know. But then I got on the plane, and the man that was sitting next to me, I dropped a Gatorade on his foot. It was closed. It wasn't open, but I felt bad, and I was kind of taking up space, and was trying not to be obnoxious, but I had to ask him if he would open the window when we started moving so that I wouldn't get sick, and he offered to switch seats with me, but I didn't want to switch seats, and like, he was a nice man, but the whole thing was a bit awkward, and I didn't want to be that person that was like, hey, let me move this big bag to get my stitching out, and then be all it didn't feel like, I wouldn't say it felt unsafe, but it didn't feel like a comfortable way to stitch. And the flight was only an hour and a half-ish. And I knew I was seeing my uncle after, who I hadn't seen in 40 years, and I don't know, it didn't feel like I could stitch, so I didn't. But when I got back to the hotel room that night after seeing everybody and doing all the things, I did pull this out. And I worked on it, I think, a couple little times, not a lot. It's from Riolis. It's my little raccoon. Super cute. I know I started this when my mom got her port installed for her chemo. So obviously I moved the Q-snap, so now you see less of his little pumpkin head. I don't remember what I worked on. I think feet and probably down here, maybe some of the back. I don't know. This was weeks ago now, and I got very little time with it. But that's that acrylic or wool acrylic or whatever that so many people don't like, that floss, but I love it. I have no issues with that. So, yeah. Not a huge change, but a change. A change is a happening. Now we're gonna reach. I got two more over here. Try not to upset the dog. I upset the dog. I worked on this one day at Stitch West. I think it was Saturday, and it was before I started the project when we all kind of started together. So I didn't get a ton done. It's Tropical Paradise, but I did get several comments at Stitch West about how the color in person is so much better than what you see. So I don't know why it washes out as much as it does on camera, but I assure you in person, these are dramatic colors, very dramatic. And people will vouch for it. Oh my goodness, somebody gave me this at Stitch West. It's so cute. Thank you. Thank you, whoever you were. If you end up losing who does what. I had those done already, and I was working on this puffy guy. Ooh, this one. I had done some before, and so I was finishing up that. And I need to do back stitching, and I think there's probably more to the tail or something. I don't, feet, tail, something more needs to be done. I don't remember what, but that's as far as I got without doing any back stitching. So he's cute, huh? Aren't they all adorable? They're so cute. So stinking cute. So cute. Can I say that a few more times? So cute. This is a super fun one. I got it on Etsy, but I had to reach out to the designer and ask her if she'd sell it to me, which she did. So if you want it, let me know, and I will give you her name and shop info and all that, and you can purchase that for yourself. But the fabric, I think, is a sugar maple, so I don't think you can purchase that. But you guys would come up with amazing colors anyway. And I'd be like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Okay. Last one before my new start. This is my Owl Forest, Emerald City. And I, again, didn't work on this a whole lot, but, I mean, worked on it a little bit. I think this was what I worked on Friday, maybe? And I am working on this one. I finished this one, and now I'm working Then I was working on that whole white thing. I do have a couple of, I didn't realize that these holes were holes when I started, so there's some holes over there that should be there that are not, but I'll just go over it. It's fine. I can stitch over the top. You won't know. Nobody will know. Well, except that I told you. But if I hadn't told you, you wouldn't know, right? So much pretty. If you're over here judging my stitches, stop judging my stitches. I know I'm not as good at stitching as so many people, but I enjoy it and I try. Stop judging me. Stop judging me. Oh, if I don't put that in the right way, it's not gonna work. It won't close if the box doesn't face the right way. Ask me how I know. All right. This is the last one. This is the one that I started. This is one that I was also kind of obsessed with. I don't have the cover picture. It is, I'm going to call it the awful one. And it's not awful, but it's like Phil Day Nichols or something. I can't remember the name of it, but it's French. And so to me, it just starts with awful. So it's the awful one. It's a bunch of birdhouses. It's one for every month. And so the SAL is October to October SAL is one of the names. If you wanted to join, it's section. Colette, the Highway Stitcher, she sectioned it off so that we could all see what we should do each month. But you didn't have to start at like October and work your way around. I still say October, September, November, July. I can't even say the months in order. You don't have to and then jump back. You could start anywhere you wanted to. You could start in the middle, you could start at an edge, you could start top, bottom, like however you want to do it. Just so long as you have it done Stitch West time next year. So I started in the middle because I don't trust myself with fabric. I folded the fabric, I figured out the center, and I went from there. And that explains where the back of that went. I wondered where the other needle minder went. I'm going to show this to you, but two things you should note. One, this wombat needle minder came from Christina, who I absolutely love. She's one of my table mates, Stitchy Symphony on Instagram. I love wombats, and she gave this to me, and I got teary because it was so stinking thoughtful. The other one was a gift from people walking around saying, you want a goodie? People are awesome. But here we go. I have not backstitched. There is backstitching. I have not done it. I believe this is July. And then the one next to it over here would be August, if I know my calendar correctly. The fabric is 32 count Seraphim Peeps. Hopefully everything fits. I wanted it to look kind of like a sunsetty beach sort of thing, and the white shows up, so I'm happy. Is that bird not adorable? So, Brenda, Handwork Maniac, she took me over to see Mary's, who had started it, and I just fell in love. Like, it's so much better in person than it is when you see it in pictures. I love this so much. So that would basically be 1 month done. Basically, I mean, I got a back stitch, but I figured July counts as October, right? July is October. This makes me cough because I had COVID when I was working on it. The day I didn't work, I worked on this a little bit. So now every time I look at it, I'm like, COVID. You like that? You still watching? Let me just double check. I think that was everything. Yeah, because you already saw the pond. Yeah, okay. So those are the WIPs that I worked on. I have plenty more. If you didn't like those and you want to see different ones, I got more. I just haven't worked on them yet, but maybe this time around. I have haul. Let's go through retreat haul, and then we'll do other haul. Sandra, another table mate, she won, I can't remember if it was a raffle or a dollar prize. Don't get her started. There's a story behind that, but, well, the short of it was that her name was called for the dollar prize kind of thing, but she had been at the Stitch West before last year, so the prize that they drew her name for, she would have already had. It was a Teresa Kogut thing. And so rather than like giving her the next prize, they're just like, oh, we'll call somebody else. So like she won, but she didn't win anything, so it's sort of sad. But I think it was the raffle. She did win, and she won, I think, a project bag, and it had a couple of patterns in it. And she wasn't going to stitch this one, but I like it. I would stitch that, so she gave it to me. Isn't that sweet? Very nice of her. I love those colors. Let's see. I need to not make extra messies for myself. She also made, she gave me this bag. She gave Alyssa one too. Well, she gave everybody at the table one, but it was super sweet to think of Alyssa. It's not in here. I have it in my other bag, Sandra. She made a little oil catcher that like folds up, and then you unfold it and you stick your little threads in there. I love it so much. It's bees. We shared it together at the table, she and I. And then she handmade, look. It's going to be so perfect for felt applique. Isn't that amazing? She made that. She made it with her very own little hands. She made it. And then there's a needle minder. Oops, I knocked it out. And the tassel could be used as a scissor top. Look at that little bee. I love it so much. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. I love it so much. So much, so much, so much. You just, people are so amazing and kind and generous at these things. It's just, it's crazy. Speaking of Sandra, I did not bring freebies this time. Usually I bring stuff for the freebie table. So I was like, I'm not allowed to go to the freebie table because I didn't donate anything, therefore I cannot take anything. But Sandra was like, well, here, you can have some of my freebies to put on the table so you can therefore take stuff, which was so sweet of her. But rather than going to the freebie table, I just started taking her freebies. This was on my wish list. So when she's trying to give it away, I just took it. She also attempted to give away little containers. Obviously that didn't go far because I took them. But she wanted company, so I went with her to the freebie table. And I ended up finding this thing that is absolutely adorable. And so she didn't find much, so she let me take another freebie of hers to donate so that then I could have this little kit. Hang on, it's already open. I'm trying to get it open enough that you can see. Can you see? Merry Christmas and little birdies. So cute. So, 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 so cute. So thank you, Sandra, for that as well. What else have I got over here? There's a needle minder that I love so much. Ray, she gives us these little hedgehog needle minders. I'm gonna say every year because this is year 2. This one is a different, this one's more puffy than last year's. Oh my goodness. So cute. So stinking cute. And she enables me because she Sorry, look at this needle minder too. This wasn't from her, but somebody else. Isn't that adorable? She stitches stuff, sticks it on the brag table, and then I end up buying the thing so that I can make one too. She didn't get me this year, but she got me last year. Okay, so what else have we got here? That's all exclusives. Rhonda, who sits at her table, she saw this and thought of me. I love that. Look at the palette. Sorry about the interruption. My husband's home. So Rhonda, she saw this palette, and I love Rosewood Manor. And yeah, thank you. Sorry, I'm noticing things on the back that I hadn't noticed before. The model was stitched by Lori Porter. I can't say that name. Sorry, I didn't really get a chance to look through it at the thing. That's not even massive. It looks, I think it looks bigger here than it does inside. It's not like dense stitching, so excited about that. Okay, sorry. And then Renee had gotten, well, she'd seen this on a freebie table at a different retreat and thought of me because I love Chatelaines. And even though she knows that my rule is you always have to buy the PDF, I will at least take this one. I'll open it and look and see if it's even possible because I do love that one. It is the Hanging Gardens of Semiramis. Stop judging my language usage. I don't know. Look at those blues. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Renee. You know how I feel about Chatelaines. Let's just peek inside real quick and see if it's something that is stitchable or if it's... Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that one's not that bad at all. Oh, I can stitch that. I can stitch that with the paper pattern. I have Egypt Garden that's like, whew, I don't know if I could do that with paper. I'm gonna try. My sister gave me that one. Did my sister? I think my sister gave me that one. I think so. I'm gonna try. But that one this one looks much easier. Okay. So I think that's my retreat stuff that wasn't the exclusive. So Jody Rice was the one of the guest designers, and she's Satsuma Street. So she gave us two things. She gave us a kit and she gave us a pattern. And I'm sure you've seen the kit because a lot of people have stitched it already. In fact, Christina stitched it in a Hanukkah fashion for Jen, the Backcountry Stitcher. You should watch Jen, the Backcountry Stitcher. She just did a video on it and she shows it. That was crazy sweet of Christina. She just didn't want her to feel left out. So nice. Super cute, huh? Christmas fun. Super cute. And it's got, you know, sequins and beads and look at those colors. I love Jody's use of colors. I'm like on a first name basis. I just kept yelling at her the whole time she needed to design a palette. I ran into the elevator and I'm like, don't forget to design the palette. Poor woman is like, leave me alone. This is the other one. This is the pattern and I love it so much. This is my jam for sure. So I'm going to get the fabric. I think it's Picture This Plus Ariel, I think. So I have it in my wish list and in my cart at Stony Creek. I'm a mess. I just got to figure out where to buy it and buy it. But you know how I feel about birds. And funny, it's like a birdhouse theme this year. I mean, the theme was actually like winter and mountains and I think mostly winter. But I love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then the Little Stitch Quill, which is, Jordan and Jamie. And so, Jordan designed this one. It's all wintry and mountains and yeah. Look at that cabin. Isn't that cabin adorable? So cute. But then, Jamie did this one, which this one I'm stitching for sure. That one kind of speaks to me more. I love when winter starts, but even more when winter departs. I can feel that. I get that. Although I'm wondering if I could take her cabin and stick it on that house. Probably not. I don't think I have the creativity for that. But that was so nice of them to give those to us. Okay, my other haul, back here, and it's not exciting at all. This is what I actually, oh, you know what? I bought 2 pieces of fabric too, but when I brought my bags up, I don't know where I put the fabric, but I have 2 pieces of fabric. One is for this, it's London Fog. Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics, she brought a bunch of this so that we could all buy it. And I bought another piece from her, but I can't remember what it was called. I'll try to find that and show it to you. But don't be offended, that's just... I thought I moved it up here so that I wouldn't forget, but... I didn't stick it in this bag, so I don't know. I don't know. That's very strange. I don't know where I put it. I know that I thought of it the other day and thought I need to show that. I bet it's in the suitcase because I put a bunch of stuff in the suitcase to make it easier to carry it upstairs, and I bet it's in that. Silly Julie. I'll try to remember to show that to you. Charting creations. I have some Heaven and Earth designs that I have not started, and I wanted this fabric. That fabric. Easy count, easy grid, easy guide, easy. It's easy. And so when I bought it, I asked her if she would write on them what they were for. I told her which ones were which, and she did. This one's for the mermaid. That's the Amy Stewart mermaid, that massive thing. And this is French. French. It doesn't help me to tell you what it is because you don't know. And then Addy and Marine, because these 2 are the same size, and I didn't care which was which. But I have one for Addy's window and one for Marine to life, coming to Marine, something. It's like Marine stuff coming out of a picture. That was loud. So loud. Okay, the last of my haul is not up here, but I will put in pictures. I went to Rensel Studios. Last year, I dropped off my Villa Mirabilia, and this year I picked it up. My husband flew out, and he drove all the way back with me. It did not go on the brag table because it was massive. I did, however, have it in my hotel room, and we took a field trip up. We were collecting people all the way because when a mass of women walks out of a room, other people want to know why. The first time it was because there were free donuts out in the lobby. The second time it's because we were all going to my room to look at the Mirabilia. So I have a picture of everyone looking at it as well, which just tickled me. I love that so much that people care enough to come and look. There were a couple other people that trickled up later that missed it, but I think everybody loves it. She is absolutely beautiful. I did not know how Amber was going to paint the mat. I just knew that she was going to. I did know what the mat and frame would look like. We did figure that out last year, but to have it and see it was amazing. And of course we didn't want to leave it in the car. We spent the night in Vegas and didn't want to leave it in the car. So it took a couple trips to get it in and out. And, you know, Vegas, you have to go all the way through the casino. It's not like you can just show up at the door and be like, take this to my room, especially this particular casino. And I'll tell you about the casino and show you some pictures. It was crazy. Anyway, isn't she beautiful? She is hanging in the entryway of the house now. I do need to redecorate around her because it was red there before and it was a big vase and sunflowers and some animals, like African type animals. That doesn't go with that anymore. And that's my son's graduation picture underneath it from high school. But she's beautiful and I love her so much. Jill was kind enough to wrap her in a way that I could unwrap her to show people and then wrap her back up. But to try to do that and put her on the brag table would have been, no, no. I am so happy. Everybody should get something framed by her. I did confirm it is still a wait of 1 year if you want to get something painted. I don't know about just framing, but if you want to get the mat painted, it is a 1 year wait currently. So get that stuff there now Now. I keep telling them they can't retire. They can't, you know, they have nobody that they have trained after the ambush. So I don't know. Hopefully they can find somebody at some point. Not that Amber's leaving anytime soon, but I mean, at some point she's going to want to retire. Another 20 years or so. I don't know. I don't know how old she is. I'm just saying. Just saying. Okay. Let us spin. I am probably going to the cabin this weekend. I still have not stained the deck. I don't know if I have to yet. Last weekend I was still sick with COVID, so I didn't do much of anything. Let's see. Okay, Beaded Christmas is fine, and I'll take that. Actually, I'll probably work on that Sunday. That's not one I can work on all weekend. That it's all beading, and no. So I will work on that, but let's spin again for something to take with it. Owl. I need to finish that. That's doable. Owl. 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 Okay, so I told you about that stuff. So at the retreat, there was an eclipse, a solar eclipse, and we were not in the realm of totality, but we were like 88%, I think, where we were in Salt Lake. I think you had to go a little more south to be in the 100%. Our problem was that it was cloudy. Now, if we'd gone like maybe 3 blocks over, it appeared to not be so cloudy. But we happened to be in a cloudy spot. But I stole somebody else's picture that posted what it looked like had it not been cloudy. we did see it. It just, sometimes we saw it really well, sometimes we saw it less well. And I also took a picture of us, not like us, but a group of Stitch West women watching. I say women because I don't think there were any male stitchers there that I saw. So I'm not being like sexist. I didn't see any male stitchers. And whenever a husband or whoever would walk in, I'd be like, there's a man in the room. I thought it was funny, but you know, probably my table mates didn't. Anyway, I took a picture of a bunch of us watching the eclipse. It was a lot of fun. We were outside with Kef from Deb and Kef Snug Harbor Crafts, the ones who host Stitch West. And the cloud would go and people would be like, oh, and then the cloud would move and yay! And she was extra loud. It was super fun. Hallie, not Haley. I'm thinking comments now. Hallie. Stitching Big Things with Hallie, she was there, and I had wanted to meet her, and I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I also feel like I need to apologize because there was a moment in the elevator when I was standing there with her, and I was like, you're really pretty, and I think that was super awkward, and I'm sorry. She is really pretty, and I know she's really pretty in her videos, but I'm telling you, in real life, she is gorgeous. And I was just staring at her and I was like, I look homeless and she looks absolutely beautiful. And it just kind of came out, not in a creepy way, but you look absolutely beautiful. And there were other people in the elevator and I think everybody was just like, what an awkward moment. So I'm sorry, Hallie, for being so awkward. We did get coffee together one morning. Suki, the brown-eyed stitcher, joined us, and Michelle from Canada. That doesn't help you, but super, super nice. They sat at our table as well. Hallie did not. She was smart enough to hide from us, I think. Lots of people. Got to meet lots and lots of people. I tried to go around and look at everybody's stuff and comment and ask questions and all that, but I only got about halfway through the room and then I was overwhelmed. 200 people is a lot. Like, I didn't get to Pam and Steph. I'm intimidated by them. I did, however, finally get at the nerve to say something to Christy, Java Girl Stitches. She was there. And she was like, anytime you're at Stitcher's Paradise, you just message me and I'll come over. Like, you don't even know who I am. But thank you. Super sweet. I was sad when her FlossTube ended. She has some amazing finishes. She's got talents that I don't have. So anything else? No, everybody should go to retreat. It's a ton of fun. And I'm looking forward to going again next year. I hope that I can. My husband discovered he wants to move to Utah, so we're currently looking online at real estate to see if we can find another home there. That sounded bougie. nothing expensive, but we can't move out of California because of our jobs and of course the kids and stuff. So, but we would like to get a home, a small starter home in Utah if we can manage to pull it off, and slowly work our way out of California and into Utah. Utah is amazing. Okay, so I feel like I'm forgetting something. The only thing I have written down is an update about my mom. I did not get to go to chemo with her. Like I said, she seems to be doing well. The fatigue lasted longer this time than normal, but she told me today it's starting to wear off now. I don't think she had any other symptoms that were horrific. I think just your normal, you know, little bit of nausea, maybe some constipation, exhaustion. Food tasted funny again. I actually had that with COVID. For a few days, food didn't taste good at all. I really sympathized with her during that. You know, it's one thing when she says, yeah, even water tastes bad. It's another when you experience it yourself and you're like, oh, I fully understand what you're saying now. She just handles things with more grace than I do. So I'm a whiny baby and she's like, stuff tastes bad. I'll work around it. I'm like, this tastes funny. Even my milk tastes funny. You know. She's a bit more amazing. She is amazing. Anything else? I really feel like there was something else, and I don't know why I don't know what it is. Let me just take a quick moment to look at my phone and make sure there's nothing in the photos that I am missing, because it really feels like I am. Couple things. One, I told you we were looking at real estate, and I'll just include this picture that my husband found when he was looking up houses. I don't know how you get a TV to float like that. I have to assume it was mounted to the wall and the legs were on it, but we got a lot of laughs about this TV floating and that gravity doesn't work the same in Utah. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Vegas. I think it's about a 10 or 11 hour drive from here to Utah or Utah back this way. And I didn't want to do it in one day. And so before we planned the trip, my husband looked into different options and he suggested Vegas. We could just drive, I think it's 6 hours to Vegas and then like 4 hours from Vegas to here if you don't stop a lot. So that was the plan. The Rio Hotel has been bought by Hilton, maybe, and this happened quite a while ago. And I only know this because my husband and son went to Vegas in January for CES, which is a big consumer electronics show, CES. And while looking up hotels, they found that the Rio had been sold, and so it wasn't in excellent shape and it wasn't transitioning super well, so they had lowered prices on hotel rooms. I mean, at this point, well, not so much now because the price has gone up since he booked it, but he booked this for us months and months and months ago when the prices were still stupid low. You could get a room for like $12 a night. I mean, it got cheap. Because they're not really maintaining it. The new people haven't stepped in to fix it up. And the old people are like, not a problem anymore. So they're not really doing a whole lot. Right? It's So they had booked the penthouse, there's like 90 penthouse suites. So there's a lot of them. They had booked one of the penthouse rooms back in January. And they stayed in it for a couple nights. And could not believe how big it was. I really enjoyed it. But it's run down. It wasn't in good shape. The room they were supposed to get would have had a pool table in it instead of a grand piano, but they got one with a grand piano because they were currently shampooing the carpets to get the vomit out of the room they were supposed to get. Yeah. So, yeah. I told my husband, since he booked the penthouse for us for the one night, that I hoped we got the one with the pool table. And we did. And I will show you some pictures. That room is, in the pictures, it is amazing. And it looks like it's in excellent shape. It is not. It is amazing. It is not, however, in excellent shape. There's a lot of damage, things missing, wear and tear, things that don't work. There's a lot happening in there that you just don't see in the pictures. but it is an experience I wish everybody could have, because getting a room bigger than most people's homes is insane. And they would have people out cleaning the windows and stuff the next morning, and I was like, not a job for me. I couldn't do that. But I wanted to take some pictures and include them so that you could experience what I experienced, although, you know, they're not actually there. And that was when I discovered that I probably was sick. I didn't know it was COVID yet, but that night was when I was feeling blah, and I didn't know why, and I was supposed to go to chemo the day, not that next day, but the day after. So I texted my mom that night, and I was like, listen, I'm not feeling well. So her sister was there at the time, and I was hoping her sister could stay an extra day, but she couldn't. But anyway, so those pictures, which I'm sure I've included by now, are one of the penthouses at the Rio. We did play pool a couple of times. My husband is better than I am, but it was still a ton of fun. I wish I had been feeling better. The price has gone up because I was sharing those pictures in the chat with the retreat buddies, and my husband looked it up to make sure that the prices weren't going to be outrageous, and they had gone up by a lot, almost double what we paid. So if you go look it up now to try to figure out what we paid, that's not, cut it in at least half. We stopped at Zizek's Road on the way back. I don't think I have any pictures just because I, at that point, was feeling really sick and was pretty sure I had COVID. That was an outdoor activity, so it was safe. There was nobody around. We did not see a single other human, so I did not get anyone sick. It used to be a retreat of some sort, and then it got kind of abandoned or whatever, and now it's like a biology research center. But that road is so strange, Zizek's. You see it when you drive between Vegas and California every time, and you think, what's over there? And it seems like nothing, but if you drive far enough, there's this place. And so it's open to the public. You're not trespassing or anything. You just have to stay in the section that's for the public. I mean, everyone should stop at least once and see it. It's right off of a dry lake bed, and there's a couple little ponds and buildings you can't go in, and it's just kind of interesting. So I think that's it. I think that's everything interesting from the trip. I did stay home the day after we got back, and I stayed in bed all day. That's, I think, the first day I've had off of work, a sick day, in years, probably a decade. Well, besides when I had the hysterectomy. But even then, I worked most days, at least a little bit, but I don't count those as sick days. That was like disability days. An actual, legit sick day. I think this is the first one in over a decade. I'm just glad it's over. I'm fine. That's it. That's all I can think of. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully Alyssa comes back soon. If not the next one, definitely the one after that, I would think. I'll try to get this edited, uploaded tomorrow, and I will see you guys soon.